All right, collectors, thanks for joining me today, April 21st, 2024, for all the news and releases and pre-orders that matter to me. And we can take a look at some of my pickups this week. They weren't very many, but they were still meaningful to me. Well, they're not as many as I usually get. That's good. That's good. As you guys saw in my previous video, I'm on a bit of a toy diet because I need to thin this herd. I need to refocus quite a bit. And I'm trying. I've got, like I said, I've got 3 rooms. I need to cut down a little bit on that storage area. It's just gotten a little bit out of control. I've lost my focus. I'm trying to bring it back in. It's the life of a collector. Sometimes we widen our focus, sometimes we dabble, and sometimes we bring it back in. And you say, hey, why did we start this out? Does this bring you any joy? Have you opened that toy that you bought 6 months ago? So sometimes you just have to, reevaluate and where am I? And does this bring me joy anymore? Anyways, so a couple of things. This channel is really, Marvel Legends, but mostly my bread and butter, G.I. Joe. I've always loved Marvel Legends, and I've really always loved G.I. Joe. Like I said, maybe G.I. Joe was, 25% of the reason I joined the military, right? So it was a tremendous childhood. Oh, and don't forget, I will be at DFW Joe Show June 21st, I think, to the 23rd. I am going to be there. If you guys see me and you see me looking maybe confused, irritated, or maybe concerned, well, that's just me. That's just what I look like regularly. So, stop by, say hi. I don't mind talking to anybody. But yeah, I'll be there. I'll be looking to say hi to, number one, Bobby Vala. Maybe he's there. And, just kind of congratulate him on the success that he's had. Number 2, picking up some wonderful new toys, action figures, G.I. Joe, Valaverse, maybe some other stuff that's in there. And in addition to that, my number one thing to do, though, is to go meet Larry Hama. I haven't met him yet. I'm going to take a tunnel rat with me, and he's hopefully he'll be kind enough to sign it for me and maybe take a picture. I don't know. I want to thank him for all the years and years of fun that he gifted me in my childhood. So it was tremendous. So let's start off with a couple of house cleaning things. You guys saw me go over a few things last couple of weeks. PIXIS Design, very great company, has done, lots of little, add-ons for the VAMP, and they've got some more cool G.I. Joe stuff adjacent. Go check out their site. I'll put the link in the description. And also FuryCarrysolutions, an eBay store that has the missile launcher for the VAMP that I did a story on a couple days ago, or did a video on. I'll put the link in the description. Go check it out. I think, and Gridiron. Oh, well, just Gridiron. They make cool stuff. But I'll put a link to all those in there. They're making cool stuff for us for our G.I. Joe and Valaverse stuff. Love it. Love giving American companies, small American-owned businesses, a leg up anywhere I can. I want them to succeed. Competition is awesome. It fuels innovation. And plus, sometimes I don't like the big guys to win all the time. I like for the little guy to win every once in a while. We got to root for the little guy. They're the ones that, bring that innovation. So anyways, and even 1,000 times better if it's an American company. Please. Finally, a little bit of insight that I picked up at GameStop. And, I know I'm roving a little bit here, but I wanted to let you guys, it just occurred to me when I was, and we'll get to the weekly pickups in the news in just a second, but I want you guys, it occurred to me when I was at GameStop, I asked them, hey, what happened to all the retro stuff that you guys used to do, the games and stuff? Well, guess what he told me? He says, we're still doing that, but we brought it back, but we just don't advertise it. And that to me sounded like the biggest, most doofus thing they could have ever done. Listen, GameStop, if anybody from, am I a big proponent of GameStop? No, but I do like visiting GameStop, and I enjoyed their stores. I still do enjoy their stores and their collectability stuff. But sometimes their executive team, I think, is led by a bunch of bozos or clowns or knuckleheads, or I don't know what GameStop is doing. This executive team is just clowns. Listen, I'm going to put together a 3-point plan that you can follow. If any executive or anybody empowering GameStop is listening, listen to me right now. I'm giving you this advice for free. I do this anyways. I'm giving you this advice for free. And you know what? If anybody's listening, you're a low-level manager and you take this to GameStop and you become maybe, a big shot over at GameStop, you can take the full credit for it. I don't want none of it. What I do want is to continue to see GameStops with my latest G.I. Joes or Marvel Legends. So I'm only doing this because I want you to continue to be available for me. Number one, don't shut up about doing retro stuff. Mass market that stuff. Tell everybody. It's a proven strategy. If you sell old physical games, people will buy them, and you can buy them cheaper now than you could with the pandemic. There is a profit to turn there. Tell everybody you do old school physical games. There's nothing but wins there for you. People love that nostalgia stuff. Number two, change the perception. Right now, people think that GameStop is just a giant, evil, greedy corporation. You have to change that perception. You had the game stonks, where people were using you. Your motto is what is it? The power to the player or something to that effect. I don't know. Keep pushing that, but change the perception. Number one, you are for the players. Number two, start pushing that you do retro physical media. And I'll tell you why in a minute. The last point is this. You need to also start a mass market campaign about telling people that digital media is very bad. And I'll tell you why. How companies want to turn off the physical media because once they sell you that physical media, they have no control over it and they have no way to continue to make revenue over that physical media. But how can they change that scenario? How can they change that relationship? Well, what they're going to do, what I've seen Nintendo and a bunch of other companies do, is that you start to pay for digital media and access to their servers. So as long as that server and your device, actually sometimes it's just the server. As long as the server is up and they feel like giving you access, because that's what you've paid for is access. You haven't paid for a game, you've paid for access. And they feel like supporting that server and putting the resources into it, then they'll continue to provide that. But as we've seen with the Wii and a couple of other digital movie stuff, they're turning that off. I heard Best Buy stopped selling physical media, and now I'm hearing that either Target or Walmart is going the same way. I think Walmart's still around with the physical media. Well, it doesn't make sense for companies anymore to sell you the physical media and not make a profit anymore. Instead, what they're doing, and this is their ultimate plan, it's diabolical and it's simple, and we're all going to fall for it because we don't know any better. They're going to say, pay us $14.99 a year. You can have access to our vault of all of our movies the way we want you to see them, except for the ones that we don't want you to see, and except for the ones that maybe we don't think that everyone is ready for, and we don't care if they were out already, but you don't get to see them anymore. So you can, except for this, and this one, you can see all the rest of them the way we want you to. So now they've locked you in for $14.99 for the rest of your life if you want access to that media. So all of America, maybe not all of America, will pay for that. Just understand what we're walking into, folks. And I think everybody who sold their DVDs and Blu-rays and everything else, you're going to be sorry, because now you're going to be caught in a web that's going to be providing you the access to the vault the way they want it to. And you will have to pay for that. What are your alternatives? Either get physical media or go pirate it. And the pirate part is kind of fishy. So it's wrong. Just, you don't want to do that because you don't know what you're going to expose yourself to, right? Viruses and all the other stuff. So, and legal problems too. So anyways, what I'm telling you, GameStop, is number one, change your perception. Number two, push that you do retro stuff. And number three, warn the people of digital danger. Anyways, that's a long rant, and I'm sorry I went to it. I just want GameStop to be around because because they look like they're floundering, so I can buy all my Joe stuff. All right, guys, you know what? I've done enough rambling. Thank you if you stuck around that long. Leave your 2 cents in the comments below. What's your take on it? Do you think it's a good plan? I do. It's better than the plan they got now, which is none. Their plan right now is just sit here until playing the violins until the whole ship sinks, because it doesn't look good. All right, let's get to the weekly pickups. Number 1. This is what came through the door, and I will be doing a review on it this week. There's 2 things on here. And that is, I believe this is this came in. Let me turn this around because I don't want y'all to see my address. Well, anyways, this came in from Gridiron, and it is the shield, the cannon that mounts on the back of the roll cage with the shield, a couple of those, and also the driver's side platform. So I'll be doing a review on both of those this week to see how it goes. Again, I'm loving all the extra stuff that they do. I know that it's a little bit pricey. It's okay. No one is forcing anybody to buy any of this stuff. I buy it because that's what puts a smile on my face. I know. I can do math as well. It adds up to another vamp. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, I know. I can do math just as well as the other guy. It's not brain science here. But it brings a smile to my face. I enjoy collecting it. And I'm going to continue to do it. So I get it. And if you don't like what it costs, you don't have to go buy it. And in addition to that, a lot of these little companies spend a lot of time and resources. It's only like 1 or 2 guys spending thousands of dollars on equipment, thousands of dollars on designing the stuff that they're going to do, and thousands of dollars on the logistics and sending it out. So I don't mind that it costs a little bit more. It's okay. And guess what? You don't have to buy it. I'm just giving you options. That's all it is. All right. Next thing that I picked up, I saw this and I made sure that it was all there. I picked up another Airborne. I think I'm going to build these a little bit, not too many. Airborne all the way. How many of you are dirty, stinky legs? Let me know. Anyways, everybody was one at one point. So, what I also picked up, probably going to have Mr. Larry Hama sign, is Tunnel Rat. Maybe this one? Should I have him sign this one? Or should I have him sign something else? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The other thing, and I picked that up because it was a special on Walmart, I think. So that's why I picked that up. Number 2, this came through the door. I was very excited to see it. Was Boom Prowler. Very excited to see this one. I like the Prowler. Anyways, love seeing that figure. Now, if you saw my last video yesterday, maybe, I think it was yesterday, you saw me having to make hard choices. And the hard choice was, do I pick these up or not? So what did I pick up yesterday? I had a lot of stuff in my hands and I put a lot of stuff back, but ultimately I picked these 2 up. Trapjaw, one of my favorite villains, and Man-at-Arms. I had both of these as a kid. Oddly enough, or funny enough, the only way I ever got He-Man from the He-Man series was at a yard sale. As a kid, some other kid was selling his stuff, and I was like, well, I'll take it. So anyways, that's how I got He-Man. My brother and I were usually fans of the lesser-known characters, or not the main characters. Well, my brother liked Skeletor, but that was, he got Skeletor, I got Man-at-Arms, because I thought, the guy with the weapons was cooler. And then finally, the last thing we got through the door today, or not today, a couple of days ago, was the MDLX, or actually this is the 3.0, isn't it? Yeah, the 3.0 Starscream. MDLX, I was right. See, MDLX Starscream. I can't wait to pop this little guy out, check him out. Non-transforming Transformer. Anyways, I'm digging it. I've got most of these. I won't be getting any more other than Starscream of the Seekers. I think I'm good with just Starscream. And now I'm going to start to get real picky about which one of these MDLX versions I get. It's going to have to be really differentiating for me to pick up another one now at this point. So Anyways, guys, that's it. I told you it was really light this week. Again, we're refocusing. We're targeting what we're coming, collecting at this point now. I'm always going to be #1 fan of G.I. Joe. That's what I'm always going to collect that line, 100%. Some Marvel Legends and an occasional Autobot or Decepticon here and there. I might pick up a Mythic Legends here and there, but I think I'm going to cut down on that a little bit more. But again, if Mythic Legends comes out with something this nice looking, I'd be a bozo not to. That looks amazing. Well, to me, it looks amazing to me. Maybe not to y'all. Again, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? All right, guys, let's get on to the news. All right, guys, well, let's start off with the joke and the clownishness of the toy industry today. Just my insight. Let's start off with some of this clown, idiotic, clownish buffoonery at the executive level for some of these. I'm not going to shy away from this. It's okay if you don't sponsor me. I don't care. This isn't my job. So guess what? I'm going to just talk the truth as it matters to me. But here we go. We're going to talk about some buffoonery at the executive level, sometimes at the creator level, that just blows my mind. How this is what happens sometimes, I think, when you're surrounded by yourself with a team of yes men or people that are so anxious to succeed that they just don't listen or they don't want to listen. So, #1, let's start off with this clown maneuver from Hasbro. Here you have a franchise talking about Star Wars who is flailing right now. It's misfiring. The catalytic converter's out. You've got the seal on the engine's busted. You've got the timing belt off. It's misfiring left and right. You might want to do an overhaul on the doggone engine for this thing. And here they offered us, guess what? A brand new blue Mandalorian. We've never had that before. This thing is going to sit on the shelves anyways. I guess if you want to troop build this thing, it's $27.99 now at this point. I don't know what they're selling Black Series for at this point, but for less articulation than you get for a G.I. Joe that's lesser price, you get this thing, this Star Wars, Mandalorian Trooper pass. But the epitome of buffoonery, and again, this is just my opinion. The value is in the eye of the beholder. $50 for a droid we've seen before. Little teeny pieces of there's not enough plastic here for $50. There just isn't. I don't care how you try to explain it to me. You're saying, well, there's 4 characters here. But the level of articulation, the importance of these characters is not $50 worth of plastic there to me. This is clownish. Now, if you told me, you know what, we're going to sell these to you in a pack for the price of one Black Series figure, that makes sense to me. Okay, that makes sense. We get a pack of droids, and this is what it is. That makes sense to me. But to sell it to me for $50, you're out of your doggone mind, Hasbro. Yeah, you've lost your mind. You've lost your mind. Moving on. The other buffoonery that McFarlane, this has been taught to you time and time and time again. But here you are again, trying to sell us these doggone statues. And toy companies, stop calling them figures. They're not figures. These are statues, mini statues. Action figure collectors I don't like these statues. They could be as pretty as you want to make them, but if they don't articulate, they're not action figures. So, I just call them what they are. They're statues. And he's trying to sell these things again. They're gonna peg warmers. The Big Lebowski, fantastic. Dazed and Confused. I didn't know there was such a demand for these peg warmers. To me, this is just utter nonsense. Pick it up if you want, but this is utter. I don't even care how much they cost. It's irrelevant to me. I wouldn't pick it up for $2. It's just. I'm sorry, it's just trash to me. To you, it could be something else, but to me, I have no interest in it. But it's just buffoonery at that level because he's been taught this lesson time and time again. If we talked about the color tops, Gears of War, the other Walking Dead things that didn't move on. The Diablo statues that seem to be warming pegs everywhere. They're just... Anyways, moving on. Now, I was all excited. I'm still so on a high coming off of Fallout. Oh, I loved that Fallout show. I've been playing that game since 1997. Loved the whole series. We watched it over a week. I didn't want to binge all of it in one shot. And then I was like, ooh, McFarlane's putting out some figures. No. McFarlane's putting out some crap. We don't get figures from Fallout. We get this junk. We get statues again. Yeah, I don't want none of this. And then Lucy doesn't even look right. At least the ghoul and maybe the power armor look right, but I don't even care how much they cost. It's just buffoonery to me. Buffoonery. But anyways, let's move on from that. Let's leave that in the past. Good luck, McFarlane. Good luck selling that stuff. It's going to be... You just don't listen, do you? You just don't learn from your past mistakes. You just keep doing this stuff again and again. That's fine. Keep doing it. It's your money. It's your money. You're entitled to throw it away any way you like. You're entitled to flush it down the toilet any way you like. All right, moving on. Gridiron has put out Phase 5, the front end brush guard, snorkel, hood cage, 10 pieces. You get all this. Now, it's on sale this weekend. Again, I'm not... Gridiron does not sponsor any bit of what I do. The only good feeling I get out of this is, like I said earlier, it's an American company. It's a little niche company, small business that gets a leg up. So I love doing this. And it's making something that I really dig. So front end, brush guard, snorkel, hood, all these things that come with it. And the little gun that goes there where the base, what was it? The weather sensor? It is supposed to go. I like all of it. It looks great. You save $5 if you order it this weekend, basically free shipping. Why not? Why not pick you up? Well, if it's too much for you, then yeah, just go ahead and skip it. The other thing that came out and I just found out about, not only did FuryCarrysolutions have a weapon system or a missile system that you could put on the back of the VAMP, so does PIXIS Design. I actually ordered this particular one. There's other ones on his Etsy store. But this one appealed to me, so I also ordered it to see what it's about. It just looks great. It just looks fantastic. I want to try it. I want to see how it goes from there. Great stuff coming out for the VAMP. Absolutely. Love it. The other thing we learned about this week was that Monster Force was teaming up with that company that made Monster Force, Monkey Fiction, and Memory Toys. We're all getting together. And they're going to do this Killer Warg from Sergeant Williams. I think the only difference here is a different color. I don't know what parts are coming with it or what parts aren't. And that predator-looking scythe thing on his arm, that claw Wolverine thing. Am I going to get another one? I'm leaning towards a no. I'm leaning towards 70% no and 30% yes. We'll see if my mind changes when it comes out. I want to see the full offering here. What else is significantly different? Because as it is right now, I could just use the one that's sitting in my display case. Because, just different colors, this is not going to do it. I need something else. And just that little Wolverine thing is not going to do it either. All right. I don't talk about Marvel Legends as much, but recently, we just saw the announcement for these 7, I had to count them real quick, these 7 figures. Wow, I haven't been this excited in a long time, Marvel or Hasbro. You hit it out. I just need to shut up because you hit it out of the ballpark with this selection. There's only one on here. Actually, there's 2 on here that I don't give a flip-flop about. But for the most part, I give so much stuff about the other ones that you just did a great job with this. Number one, the first one that caught my attention, of course, is Wolverine. Well, he's not the first one that caught my attention. We're going from the least eye-catching attention to the most. And the one that I want, I guess the least, but not really. I'm going to get this one, but it's not my top one out of this. My third, starting at number 3 all the way to number 1, is this Wolverine. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yeah. It's got some new articulation. It looks like some new design, sculpts. yeah, I'm going to pick it up. 24 bucks all day long. I'll probably order a couple. Now, I'm really excited also about this Superior Spider-Man, $29.99. I've already ordered 2 of them. I ordered a couple of the Wolverines and then a couple of this Superior Spider. Way better than that junky Iron Spider that they gave us. Oh, that Iron Spider. Anyways, this one looks way better. I hope he has more hands. I need more hands than just that. And the Waldos look way more articulated. This one just looks way more awesome. Just a lot cooler than the other one. So, and they look stiffer. They look like they can hold him up. So I really dig this one. I'm excited about that. But the one I'm very, very excited for, probably the one you guys are excited for. April 30th is the pre-order. I believe it's $49.99. I'm getting 2 of these, maybe 3, I don't know. This Ghost Rider, even though it's missing the headlights and the little eyeballs for the skull and the shield, just put some styrofoam on there, whatever. This thing looks fantastic. This is what we should have had from the beginning. You know, the Engine of Greed should have just been a regular release and it would have sold like demons, you know. This thing looks amazing. I have the Mezco version of Ghost Rider. I don't know. Does the Mezco version will look better than this one? I don't know. I don't know, but I really like what Hasbro did here. Wow. To me, this is a value, and I love it. I'll be paying this all day long. Fantastic work. I just, you know, I'll praise a company when it does great work, and I'll tell you, you do crap work when you do crap work. So the other figures, Scar is also of some interest to me, but you know, I want Luke Cage, but I don't want Iron Fist. So, you know, I'm like, do I want Luke Cage enough that I want Iron Fist, that I would, you know, pay for a figure I don't even give a flip about? And then I think Warbird is in there. I don't even want to know about Warbird. I don't know nothing about her. I don't care to learn anything about her. So I know maybe somebody in the comments is going to educate. Well, she was critical to the battle of the blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I don't care. There are other female characters that draw my attention, like Psylocke, like Jubilee, like Storm. Those draw me in and have my Warbird. I don't care. I never knew about her. So anyways, moving on. The collector spot, Haulathon. Woo! Look at all these new drops that I already found and I passed on. I found the Silver Falcon. I found the Bebops, you know, and I found the Space Turtle and the Samurai Turtle. Well, okay. I think somebody must have got confused when they released these, because I already got. I don't have any anxiousness. I hope you guys find what you're looking for on the second drop. It says here they're dropping on 4/12 to 5/10. I found mine before then, so I don't know. All right, the other thing that's coming out. Oh, this Mezco Miles Morales. In this situation, Mezco should have just left the soft goods off. Maybe they could have included a soft goods jacket or maybe some soft goods shoes or something like that. But in this situation, if this for 85 bucks, not bad. But for the fact that it's got soft goods on it, and this is supposed to be a super articulated figure, this is going to be a mess. This, you know, I'm telling you right now, soft goods with this type of plastic cover on here, it's just going to be junk, unless you just have them in a static pose. If you want this action figure in a somewhat static pose, then this is the one for you. But as much as I want this figure, I'd stay away from it because it's going to have problems. I predict it's going to be an issue. So anyways, moving on. Punchline and the Joker. I only want Punchline, if that. But you got to buy both? No thanks. No thanks, McFarlane. I'll wait till you repaint Punchline and maybe I'll buy, or I'll just buy her by herself on eBay. Somebody will probably sell her by herself later. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pass on that one. I did perk up a little bit when I saw, you know, the new figure of Punchline, but not enough to plop down. I think he's going to want 50 bucks for that, and I'm not down with that. We also saw Saw. It's going to be released from NECA. Am I going to pick this one up? Probably not. I do like his movies. They're gory, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to pick it up. So I think it's an interesting, I think it's one of the greater, cult following for horror films out there. I don't know if I'm going to pick that up. So I just thought I'd mention it because, so many of us had same interests. Some of you have a bigger interest in this than I do. It just caught my eye, so I figured I'd share it. The other thing is this Motu has just released figures for Beastman, but from the movie, from the 1987 movie, I think, 88, I don't know. The one Dolph Lundgren was in. So anyways, here he is. Am I going to pick this one up? I don't know. I have to wait till I get to the store and see it for myself. I won't be picking it up pre-order, but I might just, if I see it, I might pick it up, and if it appeals to me. Finally, Mondo Toys is going to be releasing Trapjaw and Batman, Mr. Freeze, and the Joker in 1/6 scale. The only one out of these that I see that interests me is Trapjaw. $234. The others are $219 respectively. So here's a picture of all the releases, and then here's a picture of Trapjaw. Trapjaw being one of my favorite villains. I might pick him up. I might consider that one. I mean, the articulation on these 1/6 scale figures is doo-doo. It's okay, you can disagree with me, but they're not really meant to be like dynamic and like a, Spider-Man. They're mostly for almost a shock impression, right? The detail that can be put into a figure like this. It's more of a, a kind of a, I don't know, just a masterwork, right? A painted, articulated masterwork. You don't go around with this. This would not be a pocket figure. So you mostly get it for the, impression, the shock value, right? That you have this thing, and it just looks great. So the final thing that I want to bring up, and this is kind of a cool little thing I just found out about today. There's a little tiny mini series out there with some little tiny episodes. It's called 1,000 Suns, and it's, I think, a 6-part series with separate little episodes. I just found out about it today and watched it right before I did this. It's got some great little mini stories in there with some great work in them. Go check it out if you haven't. It's not for kids. It's not for kids, but it was a good watch, I think. Just remember, it's mini stories, so you might not get the, if you're used to getting a full ending or a full beginning, no, it's going to tell you a quick little story. Go check it out. I thought it was really interesting, and you might like it. So in closing, that's everything that mattered to me this weekend, everything that caught my eye. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me on this journey, on this, sharing of my hobby. Thank you. All I can say is I appreciate every single one of you. Let's continue to grow the channel. Let's continue to engage each other. Let's continue to share the hobby with each other. I hope to see you guys at DFW, G.I. Joe Con, or you guys know what I'm talking about, June 21st through the 23rd. I'm going to be there, trying to say hi to Bobby Vala and Larry Hama, and just enjoying myself. If you guys happen to see me there, stop by, say hi. Let's have a good time. Let's continue to enjoy our hobby. There's so much going on in the world right now. That's why I don't get into any of that stuff. I mean, we do this hobby and the stuff adjacent to it to enjoy ourselves, to bring a smile across our faces, to get away from the doldrums and the beatings that we take in the real world, right? That's never going to end, and that rarely does that. Rarely do those beatings bring a smile to my face, but anyways, we do this hobby for fun. If you're not smiling when you're doing this hobby, you're doing it wrong. So let's just have fun out there. Let's continue to grow the channel. Appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for watching this far. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling these out.